Legends Race 2, Jeff Richardson's going to start this one on pole position with Paul O'Brien alongside, then James Holman, Colin O'Sullivan, Gordon Brown, David Yamamoto and all the rest. Rolling start again for Legends Race 2, and it's Jeff Richardson who leads them away under the bridge. Great onboard shot now from 104 James Holman. He's looking for that shot down the inside, but that's covered by Richardson. Look at Paul O'Brien getting out of shape on the outside as he bids to take the lead. Richard Carney and Conroy right at the back, the two Carlo men having a real go as they always do. And it looks like, is it all changed? No, that's Richardson. Sideways stuff from Richardson as he eases away. And Jonathan Taylor now trying to get down the inside of Holman. And he manages it, I think, into turn 3. He does. Great move by Taylor to get up to third place on the opening lap and right onto the back bumper of his nephew, or Paul O'Brien, as they come through. That's Yamamoto having a one-off drive at the back. David Yamamoto, ex-Fiesta racer, having a quick run in these cars. O'Brien's already down the inside for the lead, though. This is more like the form we've seen from Paul O'Brien before, champion in this class. Pretty much dominated last year. Not quite so easy this year. Switchback from Richardson brings him back alongside. That's good stuff from Jeff Richardson. Locking a front wheel, though, too much front brakes perhaps. Paul O'Brien saw that and said, I better let him by, or we could both go off. But Johnny Taylor's trying to have a go at both of them. Has he got O'Brien? Not quite. Oh, too sideways. Stood on the power and got out of shape, but he had that lined up perfectly. Holman now having a go at Taylor. Really is great action up the front in this, in the Walker Van Mentels Legends Race 2. Here they come through Bahrain's Benz, the right-hander through the left-hander now, up over that inside curb for Holman. He really is having a go. Last minute dive, though, puts Taylor down the inside of Jeff Richardson. And he completes that move. Beautiful stuff from Johnny Taylor. Richardson sideways now, wondering where it all went wrong on that opening lap. And Taylor already up with Paul O'Brien now. It's me again. Paul O'Brien would be well aware who it is in his mirrors. Oh, Carney all over the place in the back, out over the curves, kicking up some grass. Holman now trying to get down the inside of Richardson, who's trying to sit around the outside of Jonathan Taylor. But Taylor has it all under control in second place. He's far more interested, I would imagine, in hanging on to his nephew and having a go at the lead than he is in defending from these other guys. But Holman's on the attack now for Richardson. And Richardson having to go to the inside last minute. Big lock up, a little bit of contact perhaps. You could see the front wheel stopping as he locked up there. James Holman that was. But look at Conroy all the way from the back. He's round the outside of Holman. Can he have it for turn 2? He can. Good stuff from Conroy. And he's bringing Richard Carney with him. Paul O'Brien now under pressure. There's that trademark move from Johnny Taylor down the inside. But I think, is that a problem? Paul O'Brien slowing down. It is a problem for Paul O'Brien. Something wrong. And again, that's twice today we've seen Legends give trouble. It's very, very unusual. They're bike engines. They're not highly stressed. And they don't normally give trouble. But Paul O'Brien, unfortunately, grinding to a halt, had been doing beautifully. But Johnny Taylor, with that trademark move of his down the inside, is the long left-hander on the international loop, takes the lead again. From Richardson, Conroy all the way from the back, and he's looking for another place down the inside. Conroy with a big dive. He's got by Holman. He's looking to get by 23 Jeff Richardson now for second place. And we're missing Richard Carney. Has he dropped back? I think he has. He was right with Holman as they came up through the grid, but not showing just there as they come through turn 2. But look at this, 4 cars for the lead, and Conroy's gone grass cutting again, but he doesn't lose any time. Doesn't even lose traction, I don't think, because Holman doesn't. Oh, maybe he does. Holman down the inside. I spoke too soon. Good opportunistic stuff there from Holman. Look at this, like working away at the wheel. You really have to, grabbing a gear there. These cars, they're really loud. They sound brilliant at Mondello Park. And this is where they get up to really high speeds. And in another place, 2 places in 2 corners for James Holman. It's time to get back towards the front, he said. And beautifully controlled opposite lock. And Conroy would have looked down the inside of Richardson, but has to back out of that one as Richardson chops across his bows at 7B. So Taylor leading, a little bit of smoke from the end of his car. Maybe the cars are a little bit tired towards the end of the season, but Taylor's car, a little puff of smoke coming out of it there as he comes down through the gears. We've seen from his onboard, he's quite hard on the gears when he comes down through them. Maybe that's the way to drive these cars. Grab them a little bit by the scruff of the neck. That's certainly what that man does, Ian Conroy, in the beautifully prepared silver and blue car, the second of these 2 cars. He is always absolutely on the limit. And again, just clipping those tires almost as he takes the curb there. So they're coming down to start another lap, and it's Johnny Taylor, but Holman piling on the pressure now in second place in this one. And Holman through turn 2, right in over the curb, both of them. More curb again for Richardson, and sideways stuff for Conroy in the background. Yamamoto unfortunately gone off the same place Conroy went off in race 1 and just didn't manage to keep it going. He's up against the tire wall there in the gravel. Holman with a good run, has a look to the inside. That's covered by Taylor. Back to the outside, side by side now onto the fastest corner in the circuit. And look at the back end moving around on Taylor's car. Holman trying to get a switchback. He may have done it. I think he has. They're side by side now as they go up through the gears onto this back straight. Let's see if he's got enough done when we go to an outside camera. We're on board with Taylor now, and it is Holman in front. And Holman's car beginning to smoke a little bit as well. So all these cars maybe just getting a little bit tired at the end of the season. Who knows? But great racing from Irish Legends. Conroy having a real go now, right on the back bumper of Richardson. Great battles in the Legends now, the first 2 and second 2 in 2 separate battles here. But Holman, is he easing away just a little bit from Taylor? Possibly. And nothing Richardson can do about these 2. And he's more interested, I think, in holding back the charging Conroy. We're now on lap 5. And he's down the inside. Conroy gets a later apex in over the curb. He knows what he's got to do, just a matter of trying to get up the inside, but that big armful of opposite lock at the apex will have slowed him down just slightly. So Conroy losing. Look at Conroy flicking it into paddock corner there. Holman up to the final corner, south side now, and turning it in. Checkered flag is prepared. It looks like he's going to hang on for a strong win. He really had to fight for this one in true legend style, almost like everybody had to go at the front. But James Holman be delighted to be back at the front again, and he takes win number 2 in Irish Legends from Taylor, Richardson and Conroy.
Now, well done. Legends races are always exciting, so that was brilliant.
Yeah, it was a bit of a crazy race. The car wasn't working at the beginning of the race, and I fell down to I think about 6th position. Yeah, and then the car started coming to me, and thankfully I managed to pick everyone off one at a time, and yeah, it was a good win.